Connecting Community on Cairns FM 89.1. Singer-songwriter Lisa Mitchell rose to national prominence as a contestant for Australian Idol back in 2006. Since that time, her career has just taken off in an amazing array of directions. Film beddings and television shows and supporting Paul Kelly, who's coming up here very shortly. Lisa, what was the turning point of your career, your musical career?
I think because I'm a songwriter, it was super important to me to pursue my writing. And I was super lucky to, work with some people as managers who really understood and knew how to support my creativity. And so I think that was really, when I reflect as a 17, 18-year-old, to have people in my life that were supporting my intuition, I suppose, was huge. And I really, I feel very lucky to have had that.
That idea of songwriting I find really interesting, Lisa. I mean, how do you become a songwriter?
I don't know. I think I just started making it up, and I think I still am. But songwriting, I think for me, I wrote my first songs, and they're obviously pretty bad, but I wrote them when I was about 11, and I started playing guitar around that time as well. There was always a guitar lying around our house. My dad played guitar just as a hobby, and he was constantly playing songwriters like Cat Stevens, Joni Mitchell, Tracy Chapman. So there was always this idea of like the songwriter in our house. I think for me, songwriting was something that I did and I still do in private. It feels like very much is the same place as writing in a journal or a diary. And so it's, kind of almost a way of processing life and, emotions that are coming up, trying to make sense of struggles and anything that's troubling me. And, of course, like some good things as well. But, so for me, it's really a psychological processing tool for me as well that also, ends up being something you can share.
I think writing is very much a personal pursuit, isn't it?
Absolutely. It is very personal, but then it's funny that it does have that potential to be, I shouldn't be surprised because at the end of the day, we are all going through these things that are very similar to each other in the sense of we all feel heartbreak, we all feel some form of prejudice or injustice or anger and rage about injustice and prejudice. So I think, there's a universality that touches into writing in that space that I suppose gives it that connection with other people.
I'm talking with singer-songwriter Lisa Mitchell. Lisa, I'm taking a bit of a change in direction here, but it was something I read about you that you played at Glastonbury. Glastonbury is very special to my heart. A friend of mine, it's her dad's farm that they hold Worthy Farm, where they hold the festival. Yeah. And
wow.
Yeah, so back in the late 70s when I was doing my A-levels, I went along.
Oh, I love that. I love that story.
How was it for you playing at Glastonbury?
It was so incredible. We all had our gumboots on, and I felt really, it just felt very surreal and very magical to be there in my gumboots, and I still remember what I was wearing and playing. I played one of my songs, Neapolitan Dreams, in the set, and because it had been on a big ad campaign in Europe and the UK in that past year, there was a lot of people that knew the song, and it was quite spine-tingling to hear people singing along. And so, it was very cool.
Lisa, we're looking forward to having you up here. Who will you have with you?
I'm bringing my full band, which is super exciting. I love playing with them. I feel like I'm surfing this huge, big wave when I play with my full band. It's all the bells and whistles, and we'll be kind of taking a bit of a tour through the last 3 albums, and I'm currently mixing my 4th album, which will be out early next year, and with the new single coming out at the end of this year, so we'll definitely be dipping into a bit of the new album as well.
I've been talking with Lisa Mitchell, singer-songwriter, coming up on the 31st of July at the Tanks. You've been listening to Connecting Community on Cairns FM 89.1.